Okay, guys, here we go. It's an Ask Me Anything stream. We haven't had one of these in quite some time, so I thought it was time again. And of course, tomorrow and Wednesday are our reaction video stream, so I wanted to pop this one in while I could. Hi, Zuchen. Hi, Chrome. I still don't get why the. Okay, this we got this new thing in chat now where YouTube hands out crowns and position rankings in top three. Now, Zuchen just got a 1. Shiny Gems, bro. Hi. I like that. Shiny Gems, bro, got a 3, but that means it skipped right over Chrome, Edboy, and Jeff. Everything YouTube does is weird. There's never a rhyme or reason to it that you can figure out. Chrome says I have 2 days of work left, and I have like a week and a half off. Oh, nice. And the Switch too. Yeah, now I gotta. Well, I told you that before, Chrome. Now I gotta be thinking about. And again, I got a year.
I want a Burger King crown instead.
Ooh, I look cool in a Burger King crown. I'll have to show you guys sometimes. I'll go to BK just so you guys can see how badass I look in a Burger King crown. Yeah, I don't even know what the crown thing means, Sucha, to be honest with you. It just started. Well, wait, I gotta. It says community up here, and when I click on it, okay, it gives rankings. Oh, okay, wait a second. You guys got ranks on it. Community leaderboard. Right now, Jeff, you're number 1. Okay, so that reflects where you are on the community leaderboard. Jeff is 1, Zuchen 2, Edboy 3. And then just outside the top are Shiny Gems Bro, Chrome, Big Green, and VHS Frank. Community leaderboard. What's a place for fans to stand out in the community? The top 3 get special badges in live chat. It resets every stream, so you can always try again. How do you get on the leaderboard? You'll need to collect experience points or XP. Here's how you get them. Oh, send live chat messages, send super chats and super stickers. Oh, okay. All right, now I see. Okay, so okay, but now Chrome is okay. It updates during the stream. Now hold on. Now it's got Chrome listed as 2. I don't know. I can't figure it out, you guys. It doesn't seem to make any sense. I have no idea. Just spam the chat. Jeff says, "Yeah, that's kind of what they're kind of promoting or here, isn't it?" S. Blank says they don't take kindly to you. Yeah, they don't take kindly to using your infinite refills to fill up a tanker at Burger King. Then they shouldn't have offered free refills. It's their fault. Oh, yeah, now you got a Chrome. Now you got a Chrome. Now you got a Crown Chrome. I can't figure it out, guys. I have no idea how it works. And Edboy, Jeff and Edboy both have a number 1. Burger King, Gems Rose says. I got no idea.
Know what
I don't say that 5 times fast. I couldn't even say it once.
Since I'm sure super chats level you up quicker.
Oh, probably. But even that, well, but it says it resets every chat. Let me check again, see if it's. No, it still says. Okay, now it says Edboy at 1, Jeff at 2, Chrome at 3. So it updates through the. But then CJP is 4. I don't know. It doesn't seem to make any sense. And now we've got more places. Okay, so it is each time because now we've got 13 spots. So it must be 13 people have at least commented so far. I don't know. I think it can't keep up right in real time. It's a little delayed. Yeah, it just started, Gems Row. It was something new. I can turn it off, I think. Got to be a way to turn it off. Hold on. Learn more in the help center. Okay, I'd have to go to the help center and turn it off. It doesn't really bother me. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell it was. It kind of seems like it's promoting spamming. You're right, Chrome. But like Big Green says, it's probably like gives mega XP for super chats and stuff. Anything that'll make YouTube money. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But now, Ed Boy.
YouTube is held up by duct tape and dreams.
Yeah, pretty much. Duct tape fixes everything, but it can't fix YouTube. So that was a lie about duct tape. But Ed Boy, now I don't remember Ed Boy. I don't think you ever made any super chats. Oh no, and it's only for this chat. I wonder if he gets. Were you in very first? No. I can't figure it out. But Ed Boy has listed as 75 XP. I don't know. And Ed says, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I don't know why I'm number cursed. I don't either. That was just interesting to me.
Even Phil Swift can't bond, seal, and repair that amount of damage.
Yeah, and when Phil Swift can't do it, it's beyond repair. Phil Swift here. Grunkle Shiku says, have you heard of or thought of playing Blue Prince, Curtis? That would be a no on thought of playing, because going back to the first part of that, I've never heard of it. So no. As we're talking, guys, I'm just going to post today's videos. I'm actually going to remember for once. I just enjoy these streams where we just kind of hang out and chat. Oh, and over at the, just because it was something I was thinking about, over at the Grandpa Curtis channel, I'm going to post a Spaz Boys Classic. I'm reposting the time I decided it would be a good idea to eat a whole handful of Bean Boozleds. I think it was, we were talking about that, weren't we, Big Green? That's what got me thinking about it. And then, I hate that fucking puppet. Stupid puppet. That thing scares the shit. That and Charlie. I don't know why those both startle me so much. Well, I know why the puppet does. Okay. And then here I just posted again. See if you guys can beat me at guessing the title of 70s movies. That's going way back, Chrome.
Yes, I referenced it when we watched food reviewers who eat weird shit and
That's
throw
what
up.
it was. I knew there was a reason you had brought it up, Big Green. That's what it was. And it's just been in my mind since. And I got thinking, pretty much the gang here has already seen it and knows of it for the most part. So I thought it'd be fun over at Grandpa Curtis to give them a taste. Because I ate them. That's so funny. A taste of some of the stupid shit we've done over here. Yeah, I saw that, Double A Ron. Bobby Hill grew up. That's going to be interesting. I was never a huge King of the Hill fan. I like it. I mean, I think it's funny. But I didn't see tons of episodes. But I got to tune in to see what's when they bring that back. Live and let die. Yeah, the whole XP thing is useless if you can't do anything with it. It doesn't say anything you can do with it other than it gives you a crown. It says, oh shit, where did I find the description of what it is? Oh, here it is. A place, it just says, what's the leaderboard? A place for fans to stand out in the community. Top 3 get special badges. That's what it is. Special badges. Oh, yay! So, in other words, little crowns. I don't even think I can change the badge, make it more interesting, something more interesting than crowns. I don't see. Yeah, I don't see any way I can even make any changes to it or anything. That's weird. Just to have, yeah, I guess so. That's true. Grunkle Shiku says just to have something next to your name, I guess, to make your messages stand out to the streamer. That could be just to bring more attention. That would make sense. Yeah, and the number 1, as we can see with Ed Boys, stands right out in that purple, that dark purple. Oh, you can see that, Jeff? Jeff can see. He said 19 people are now being ranked. Yep. That is so weird. Well, at some point on one of the streams, we'll see. Because at some point, we'll, whether it's now or in future ones, when we get a super chat, we'll see. Because I think Big Green's going to be right, and those are probably going to elevate you like crazy because everything YouTube doesn't really give us much of anything interactive unless it's to benefit them. Shiny Gems Bro says pineapple on pizza is poisonous to Italians. Listen, I'm not Italian and it's poisonous to me.
Imagine if I had a membership in a rank. 3 badges. Yeah!
Yeah! You would be the coolest kid in school without a doubt. Well, that's what I mean, Ed Boy. It's really weird how it, because Ed Boy's been with us before, but I mean, certainly he hasn't been able to be with us as often as is Big Green and Chrome. Well, Wolverine's not here today, but Wolverine. I don't know. I have no idea. But it does say that it's per stream. But even then, I don't get it. Animal Lover. Renee's doing fine. She's downstairs in her room right now. She was, because I get up super early. She was freaking up insanely early this morning, laughing and chuckling down there. I don't know what the hell was going on. She was partying in her room. Yeah. Don't you like that, Zuchen? YouTube adds more features instead of fixing notifications. I know, right? So, that silly notification stuff. It works fine. It works. I've questioned them about it many times when we've noticed that it doesn't work. And they tell me that we're full of shit.
I think it's because I've begun going into debt over using the chat. Just kidding. I'm doing okay financially.
Oh, that's good. I would hate to be responsible for that. But yes. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what it is? That's right, Big Green. You're probably on their shit list. Because Google knows all. And you send a lot of Tangia, and YouTube doesn't get a cut of Tangia. Ho. I just hope they don't send somebody to your door. They have a YouTube SWAT team for anybody that's not using the services that pay them. Grunkle Shiku says, I think it's just Ed has the most messages this stream. It could be, but he jumped to number 1 in a hurry. It could be. Yeah, that could be too, because it is on a delay. I've noticed that how they rank. Jesse says, I forgot about this channel. I did too. I just remembered it again.
YouTube axed my account a year ago, and now I'm on the run.
Did they really, Willie? Jesus Christ. Freaking YouTube. I'm on the run. Well, actually, you guys are sticking it to them good, because by using Tangia instead of anything that YouTube offers.
I was on their shit list before the Tangia. Hold on, my door's ringing. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. They don't ring, they burst through. Shiku says, oh, it is a way to generate income. My XP won't go up more now unless I send a super chat. Is that what it says? If you guys find it annoying, just let me know. I'll take it down. It doesn't really bother me, but if it's annoying to you, I'll figure out how to take it off. They put it up by themselves. I never okayed it, so. Oh, Gumball's just amazing, Gems Bro.
I haven't cried like that since Titanic.
Good old Woody. That was a good one. Oh, are you guys still? I see everybody's been at 75 XP. Oh, you're right. The top 12 people all have 75 XP. So that's what it is. Okay. All right. Shiku's figuring it out. So they put you at 75 XP, and then they don't let you move off there unless, I'll bet you, like he said, unless you do something that gives them money. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, that's good. Shiku says it's not annoying, adds a bit of color. It does. But that's what it is. Do I play horror games, Animal Lover? I want to get into another horror game. Right now, we're doing Oblivion and GTA 5. But I do want to play another horror game. Yes, I like them. And yeah, Gems Bro is stuck at 50. That's right. And you've been commenting all along. Let me see. Did you move up at all? No, Gems Bro is at 50. Yeah. And you're right. It's a pay to win thing. YouTube is taking cues from EA and the like. Fitzy says, have you reacted to the Venture Brothers? Yeah, over at the Goosh, at our Patreon. What are we on, guys? Season 5? We're on season 5 or 6 over at the Goosh. I freaking love Venture Bros. Rover says, I got 25 XP for existing. Nice. Prop says, do you think the legendary heart attack stream will be on a TNTL or a horror stream?
They said I violated their nudity policy. I rarely showed my face and had been inactive for 3 months. When I contested it, they said, trust me, bro.
That's the answer, Willie. You are correct. That's the same thing. That's the same thing I get when you guys will come in and say, oh man, I missed it. I didn't get notifications, and I'll get a bunch of them. I'll ask them about it. Please, is there some way we can fix notifications? Oh, we went back and checked. It worked on your stream. Well, 8 people didn't just randomly come to me independent of one another and say they didn't get notified. So can you fix it? Nope, trust me, bro, it works. You get the same thing I get. Jeff says, have you ever tried using Google Translate? Yeah, I've used it on things before. Now, let's see. Now, wait, did Jeff just spark right up? Hold on, it'll probably take a little while. Jeff's at 75. I see the leaderboard takes a little while to react. Let's see if Jeff moves up because of the super chat. Pops went from 50 to 75. Well, I think we're determining Pop 75 is max. And now we're going to see, because Jeff just used the super chat. Let's see what happens to Jeff. Still nothing. He's still maxed at 75. I can't find rules or anything on it. That's nothing. That's nothing. Excuse me. Send live chat messages. Send super chats and super stickers. Yeah, I don't. Well, what the hell's the sense in them if it doesn't actually... And then it doesn't reward you when you do send a super chat, apparently. Or Jeff... Oh, maybe Jeff wasn't at 75 yet. Maybe that super chat's what put him to 75?
They hate me. I've not sent a single super chat. And I don't get notifications either. But seriously, what the fuck is up with that shit? I understand it giving more XP for super chatting, but locking your XP to a certain amount until you super chat? Eat my ass, you two. You're not getting a single one of these Tangia coins, bitch.
Eat my ass. That's good. And the thing is, too, that's got a really... Oh, fucking Linda Blair. Jesus Christ. And that movie just came up, too, Waffles. The video I just posted to the channel. It was really fun. The video gave 51 clips, just brief clips of movies from the 70s. You got to try and name them. And it was a fun time, and Exorcist was on there. But
one could say they can bite my shiny metal ass.
Indeed, Willie. Indeed. And they do shit like that all the time, just like what you're describing. Hell, it was years ago, but this channel got shut down once. And it was at a time when I was a lull in making videos. It was only once in a blue moon that I was able to post because I had a lot going on. And then one day, I still remember, I was at work, and I just happened to check the channel on my phone. And it was shortly after we were able to do that, actually. And I see that the channel's been shut down. I was so pissed off at that point and hardly using the channel, I wrote them a message about it, and basically I was pretty vulgar with them too, and told them to suck my ass. Whatever they shut it down for, I wasn't doing. I don't remember what it was. I said, you guys are absolutely full of shit. This is just total randomization. And I went on and on. Didn't think anything of it. And by the time I got home, they had sent me a message saying, oh, sorry, we put your channel back. So I don't know how they work. Now, at times they've done something to me and I send a respectable letter to them, a professional message, then you get the la 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 la, we can't hear you.
Funeral, I'm not kidding.
Ah, you're at your grandma's funeral? Ah, sorry to hear that. No, nobody will ever
Oh my
understand how
god, the
YouTube
pre-retirement era
implements
of the
features.
channel. Spaz Kid was just a little pipsqueak then.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he was. And now look at that, though. How does that work? How Jeff sent a super chat. How does he stay at 75 XP? They're trying to do pay for play, and they don't even do that right. Oh, okay. Okay, I want to see this. Shiku put a screen grab of what it's showing me in live stream stuff on the Discord. Let me take a peek, guys. I want to see what you guys are seeing, because I'm not getting anything like that. I just got some very sparse details on how to do it. All right. Let's see, Shiku. Oh, I got a bunch of memes to catch up on. Holy crap. What heading did you put it under, Shiku? I don't see it in chilling. Just chilling. Oh, there it is. You got it under live stream stuff. Duh, live stream stuff. Idiot. Nice. Keep showing support to move up the leaderboard by a super chat. Oh, okay. See, I can't see that on my end. So that's what you guys see. So they must just, as we said, they must max you at 75. Holy crap, I got a lot of memes to catch up on over there. And I just checked earlier. Yeah, and then, like I say, and then Jeff posts a super
Paying for
chat.
something that barely even works. How very EA games of them?
Very, very big green. Now wait a second. Now it's all switched. Now they decide to move Animal Lover up to 1, Rover is 2, and Ed Boy is 3.
Hey, Curtis.
They're all at 75
I
though.
know the Goosh has a summary of how the Goosher 100 or 200 works.
Right.
Could you explain a little of the specifics? Like, is there a time limit? Can you pay on 1 month for just one video, then go to a lower plan?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's we started the 200, the double pterodactyl, the $200 level, because Patreon, who I give them credit, they're the opposite of YouTube. They're very responsive if you have an issue. But we had the pterodactyl level for to sponsor videos. Well, some of the gang was having trouble when they wanted to sponsor 2, because you could always just up it to however many you wanted. It wouldn't work right, so I started a double pterodactyl level. So now that's if you want to sponsor 2 in a month. But yes, you're right. Like if you want to sponsor a video and it's only for a month, you just bump your pledge up to whichever the pterodactyl or double pterodactyl level. Contact me, shoot me a PM over there. I check the PMs constantly. Tell me what video it is you want, and then just drop back down. You got to always make sure you drop back down before you renew again, because once a month that they charge you. So it's not like you have to do it immediately or you'll get caught. If you go up to that level before it renews again, make sure you go back down to whatever level. As a matter of fact, this month I always try and, because it's easy to forget, so I always try and watch for that for people. And we had one of the gang, and I'm not going to mention names on how people are sponsoring things, but it's one of our crew here that you know. But one of our gang had forgotten, and I know they didn't want to. They were at Double Pterodactyls, and what they'd been sponsoring was completed, and I knew they were stepping back, and it was going to renew on the 1st. So fortunately, I always go through at the end of the month, and I was able to contact that person and say, hey, don't forget to drop it back down, or you would have got hit again. But yeah, that's all it is. If you want to just sponsor on a 1 month thing, you pop up to that level, tell me what it is you want, then just pop right back down. I think so too, Shiku. I think it's just random who they put in top when everyone's at 75. Oh, wow. Okay, now Zuchen said, on the last stream you played Spyro, I got 175 XP in first place. So I don't know. So it does go up higher. They're doing this just to screw with us. Yeah, that's right. Chrome is sponsoring too over there. She's a double pterodactyl. Is that a polite thing to say, Chrome?
I do still want
Chrome's
to
a double
sponsor a video at
pterodactyl.
some point, but I'm still bouncing around ideas.
Oh, no problem.
Trying to think
Anytime.
of something that's long to make it worthwhile, but not too long.
Oh, whatever you want to go with. The only, obviously, oh, too, let me tell you guys that if you're talking those, the only thing I don't do over there is movies. Just because if I...
Your Goosher 100 videos are usually around 20 minutes, but you once reacted to that hour-long Wendigoon videos, so I was wondering what your limitations are for them.
No, it's funny you said that. That's what I was just going to be talking about. No movies. And the only reason for that is, well, there's a couple of them. First of all, when it's movies, I only do face cam and timer anyway. But if I open it up to movies, I'll get overwhelmed. And I'm very fortunate. We have a very giving group there. So the G100 list stays pretty much full, pretty close to full all the time. And if I open it up to movies, I would get overwhelmed. I'd have to start cutting some back just because of the time. You guys know time is the biggest issue for me. But you're right. If it's individual videos that run long, that's fine. And everybody knows that. It's typically, 20, 25-minute videos because it's usually episodes of an anime or a TV show. But we don't have any issue with if your episode runs longer, as long as it's not, as I said, movie length. And again, that's because if I start doing movies, it wouldn't be fair. I'd have to start cutting people off of the G100s because I wouldn't have enough time to do them. But if your video runs 40, 45 minutes, even an hour, no biggie. The only thing I'll tell you is if you have a longer video, just so you know, the longer videos usually will be posted later in the month because my time is so tight each day. I have a specific schedule. And all those 20 to 25-minute videos fit right in the schedule, so I do them first in the month. So I can keep my schedule right, get all them done, and then I readjust the schedule for the end of the month so I can fit the various longer length ones in. I got it. It's like I was gonna say I'm actually surprised I can even keep track of all this to get everything done, but I can. I have it all written down. I have notations, color coded reminders on everything, so I can actually get all the G100s done every month. Hi, Doc. Good to see you, pal. I have not met Brandon Rogers, DCAT. I've spoken with him a couple times. Here he commented on our videos, and I spoke with him once on, is it Facebook? One of the social media sites. And just a super nice guy. I mean, genuinely nice human being.
I have
And
a few questions.
I told him if I ever get out to California, I would
Do you prefer me
buy him lunch.
or Jar Jar too? On a serious note,
Ooh.
what is the most BS life advice you semi-frequently hear? 3. What is the biggest mistake you've ever made but are happy that you made it? 4.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to remember all these.
Serious, what happened to the real Curtis? We all know you're a skin walker. Fire.
Okay, hold on. Now I gotta look at that on the Tangia page because I won't remember all those questions. Hold on. Let me get the Tangia page pull up. Prefer you or Jar Jar?
Give up and stop voting at this point.
Should I give up? Nah, you never give up. You over Jar Jar because that's anybody over Jar Jar. Seriously, what was the most BS life advice you semi-frequently hear? That's actually a really excellent question. In all my years, what is the most BS life advice I semi-frequently hear? I should be able to think of that because I complain about things like that all the time. Things that I hear that just aren't true. Let me go to the others and come back because I want to give you a good answer on that. What is the biggest mistake you ever made but are happy that you made it? I don't know that. I can tell you that I've been asked a lot. Many years ago, I made the decision with my wrestling career because I love wrestling. And it was through talking to Joe Blanchard that I would not try out for the big time because I didn't want to be on the road 300 plus days a year. And I would just be happy wrestling in the indies. And I get asked a lot, do I regret that decision now as I look back on my career and I had worked indies my whole life. And I can honestly say no, because had I not made that decision, things would not have fallen in place in life where I would have met my wife and had Braxton. And nothing is bigger than that.
But have
So,
you seen the anime
it's
OVA
not-
Golden Boy? Because if not, I'm really tempted to join the Gusher 100 and request that it's 6 episodes long, and I know you would love it. But don't. If you've already seen it,
Have not seen it, Waffles, and I've heard about it before. Not in a while. That's a boxing one, right? Am I thinking of the right one? But no, I have not seen Golden Boy. And I think I've heard of it because the gang, I've been told before by members. I'm going to get back to your question, Rosa. I will. I'm just catching the others as I go. Yes, I have heard of it. Oh, it isn't a boxing one, but I've heard the name Golden Boy. I got it mixed up with another, but I've heard Golden Boy, but I haven't seen it, obviously, or I would have known it wasn't boxing. Hey, Edgar, good to see you, pal. He said, hey, Curtis, you hear R-Truth and Carlito got released. I did. WWE's trimming fat pay cuts to bring NXT talent up over to the main roster. Fans are heated over Truth. As well they should be. They're finally working the guy into some really good storylines, and they fucking axe him. They could get me not watching again easily. And Carlito, I get it, but Carlito I've met, and he's a super good dude. Great guy. I just hate to see that happen to him. Philip says, pineapple or Hulk's fist going in Hitler's butt? Oh! If you'd have said mayonnaise, I would have had to go with Hitler's butt. But pineapple I would do over that. Pineapple's not brutal enough. All right, now let's see if those super chats as it registers them, ups the numbers. Okay, now let me finish answering for Rosa. What happened to the real Curtis? We all know you're a skinwalker. Shh. And should I give up and stop voting? Nah, you never give up. Nah, they win when you give up. And then I'll go back to that. Rosa had a great question. The most BS life advice you semi-frequently hear. In context, in the proper context, it would be, stop doing that, you're too old for that. Grow up. And by that I mean, and you hear it a lot, still to this day, say you love anime, say you love video games, say you love Pokemon cards, and I will hear people telling their kids all the time, stop that shit. You're 18 now, you're 22 now, you're 24 now. Stop playing kids games and get serious. You can get serious about life and still keep the things that you enjoy. That infuriates me. Never let anybody tell you you can't like something anymore because you got too old, because you have to mature past it. I love cartoons. I've loved cartoons since I was old enough to reach the knobs on the TV, and I will continue to love cartoons my whole life, and anything else I want to like. I don't give a fuck what somebody else thinks. I don't care if somebody else thinks it looks stupid. Couldn't possibly care less. So that would be probably number one for BS advice. Just keep the things you enjoy. I mean, if you grow out of something, I've done that. That's fine if you do it naturally. But never let somebody to tell you can't like something anymore. Leon Fury, thanks for the super chat. Says, hey, Curtis, it's been a while. I used to be, Sukai Mira Gaming. I remember. I'm training to be a pro wrestler like my dad and bro in early 00s. Got any advice? Well, I'm sure you're getting plenty from your family, but the biggest advice I've had, just, first of all, be what you know if you have relatives in it. Be prepared for the pain. And I always tell people that because when I say that, people naturally think, oh, yeah, you're going to get hit with chairs and stuff. Well, yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you wrestle, if you wrestle anything of a reasonable schedule, your body's in pain all the time. Bumps hurt. Every bump hurts. Every time you have to fall down on your back on that mat, it hurts. Your body stays wrecked, and you have to get used to being in pain. Outside of that, you got family, so it doesn't really apply for you. I was going to say, make sure the people that train you know what they're doing and they're not just trying to grab money from you. There aren't as many as near as I can tell, bad schools as there used to be. That was a thing for a while. But just make sure you're learning from the right people. And even to this day, even though it's not as big a deal as it was in my day, and I'm sure just from the little bit I know of you and the conversations we've had when you're a Mira Gaming, hold true to that respect thing. If you have a lot of respect for the business and the people in it, you'll move up a lot quicker. Himmels, thanks for the super chat. Says, up, Curtis. I just wanted to tell you something. I started watching this channel in 2018 when you lived in the old house. Yeah. My favorite series was Mad Mario. And it's funny how many, how YouTubers have made so many great, memorable, long-lasting videos that have to do with Mario, whether it's racist Mario or whatever it may be. Mario has proven the greatest fodder I think YouTube has ever had. Rosa says, if someone tells me I can't like Curtis anymore because I'm too old for that, I might listen. Well, I don't think you can get too old to like Curtis because Curtis is already too old.
Hypothetically speaking, a 52-minute video would be fine, just posted later in the month.
Sure.
There's a certain video I think you'd enjoy. But I'm still kind of thinking about that in my head, so don't expect it anytime soon.
No worries, pal. No worries, anytime. But yes, as far as okay, sure, it's fine. Like you said, it'll probably just be, because again, everything is month by month with the G100s, and it would probably be later in the month. But no, that's fine. Again, that was the only thing I had to do was say no to the movie lengths. And I don't know, too. Not a lot of people would want to sponsor the movies, or as many people would want to sponsor the movies with it just FaceTime, face cam, and timer FaceTime. But yeah, if I opened it up to movies, it would just get overwhelming. Chrome says, it's time to mature, Curtis. Stop watching those cartoons. Stop eating pudding. Give up on entertainment. Enjoy watching paint dry like a real man. Can't be a Disney adult forever. Be a tax adult. Yeah, you're 100% right, Chrome. And I've heard people given that, and I have to bite my tongue because it's sometimes when people that, I've had two generations because with my prior marriage and my stepchildren, I watched them grow up and took them through everything, and then did it with Braxton again. And you would see friends of theirs and stuff and their family giving them advice like that. And you got to bite your tongue because it's not my business. But it's like, don't tell a kid. You can, listen, a big part of you even can still be a kid for your whole life. Hell, I lived my wrestling dream and worked a full-time job the whole time. It's not like I wasn't taking care of responsibilities. I was taking care of my family. I would go in. I would work all day on a road crew or picking garbage, whatever I was doing at the time for the city. I'd get done for the day, go into the bathroom at the shop, change clothes, take off, and go wrestle a show at night. You can do both. You can live your dreams and still take care of business. Oni says, thanks for the super chat. Says, I enjoy this conversation about life advice. Hi. I do too, Oni. I do too. I enjoy, that's why I had mentioned this yesterday. I really wanted to do another one of these streams.
Bitch, you've had eons. You saw Jesus on the cross.
Yeah. You can't say things like that because you lead me into too many jokes that get me in trouble. Because I'm just such not an intervener. It would have been like, wow, I wonder what that dude did. Now just kept on walking. And it's just, it's a good example, Oni. He said, the biggest thing I should have never listened to was not fight. I'll most definitely be pursuing combat sports. As was just asked me, I get asked about wrestling a lot. A lot of people that want to get into it. I would never tell anybody don't do it. It's brutal. It's left a lot of damage to me. But I don't regret a moment of it. What I will tell people is, make sure if you want to go into wrestling, and this goes back to the advice I was asked for earlier, make sure it's something you are wildly passionate about and you need to do. Because if you're not, you won't stick with it and you'll just hurt yourself for no reason. Because, again, there's so much freaking pain involved that if you don't just absolutely adore what you're doing, it won't be worth it to you. Toys R Us where a kid can be a kid. Dimmy says, what are some good city jobs, Curtis? I'm tired of Amazon. I enjoyed working for the city. I did, Dimmy. But I was a truck driver even before I'd gotten the job with the city, so I had a leg up there. I had experience. But I liked working on road crews. I liked working in the water department. I love now. Every city, every municipality is different, Dimmy, how they do things. But in the city I worked for, the garbage had to be picked by hand. Like here, where I live now in North Carolina, it's just by truck. You have the big, huge bin. You put out your garbage every week. The truck comes by, picks it up, dumps it in the back, and moves on. You couldn't do that where I worked in upstate New York because the streets were too narrow. Cars were always parked in the way. It wouldn't have worked. So it was a brutally tough job physically. We had 2 trucks that would run the city, and some days you would do 20 tons of trash between the 2 trucks. So you figure the 4 guys picking, that's 5 ton each that you were picking from the ground up to waist level to dump in every day. It was brutal physically, but I liked it because we would go in, you had a run to do. When you got done, you went home and you got paid for your 8 hours. Now, some days we could knock that off in a couple hours. Others it was 5 or 6. But I would get with a partner who had the same mindset that I did. It's like, I'm only doing this because I want to go home early, and we would run our asses off. We'd be freaking throwing that 10 tons of trash like like psychopaths. And I actually enjoyed it. It was in upstate New York, so part of the year it was absolutely brutally cold out, but I enjoyed it. Himmel says, don't go into combat sports to show off and hurt people for no reason. Combat sports can be used to defend yourself. Whoa, I would have to disagree with the Hamels. If you're going to go into modern combat sports and you're not looking to destroy someone, you will lose. Because the other guy is. And that makes a big difference. You take martial arts for defense. You don't.
I come out.
There he is. I love that.
All over the ring.
I love that.
You belong to the city.
I belong to the city. Thanks. You know how easy it is to get stupid songs running through my head, Big Green. And you don't have to go into combat sports to show off. I can give you a good example. I have a close friend of mine who is now 2nd, 3rd degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Phenomenal athlete, incredible athlete. He's in the New York State Hall of Fame for football when he played in high school. He competed in strongman contests, and as I said, now he's master in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He never actually went into fighting, into mixed martial arts, and he told me why. He said, his sister, I won't get too deep in the story, is a ridiculous athlete. That whole family is full of athletes, and she was the most athletic of all. And she just decided one time to try boxing and almost killed somebody because she was so brutally tough. So he said to me, because I asked him, I said, Rich, how come you don't compete? And he said, you know what it is? He said, I love it. I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I love the training. He said, but I'm not like, and he said, you and my sister, he said, I don't want to hurt anybody. He said, and you can't compete if you don't want to hurt people because that other guy does want to hurt you. And it's just, then you're going to have that disparity in intensity and it doesn't work. Michael Spinks was another good example of it, former heavyweight champ. He had no chance against Tyson that night because Michael Spinks didn't even want to box. He just did it because he was good at it and he could make some money. So when a killer like Tyson was in there, he was freaked out before the fight even started. He knew he couldn't match Tyson's intensity, and it showed. So that I would disagree with. If you're going to get into mixed martial arts, you're better off if you want to hurt people. Now that doesn't mean you can't be a good sportsman about it.
You put that song in my head first.
But and it's all, you know what it is too, Big Green. It's always the ones that get stuck are always the songs I don't like, because you guys watch the videos with me. Every other word triggers a song memory in my head, but the ones that get stuck are always the ones that were songs that I never even really liked. Cone says, as a former bin man, I would like to know your thoughts on this situation. Hold on a second, guys. Let me take a peek at that. The Birmingham bin strike has reached its 5th week. Oh boy. Rubbish is piled high, rats are infesting the streets, yeah, and experts are concerned about Weil's disease, on how the Equity Act contributed to this and how it may cause similar strikes across the country. Yeah, as far as thoughts, I mean, it gets serious. You can't have the trash piling up for too long, it gets, oh, the rats immediately, because I've seen it before. And hell, I've seen it even when there wasn't a strike, just in, when I used to be in New York all the time, a couple different times, the big high-rise tenement buildings, they would have garbage, they would have their little area fenced off that's around the base of the building. And sometimes they would just stack trash bags in the corners, and you go down there and there were rats in there that you could throw a saddle on and go for a ride. It's not, you don't want to screw around. They better get something done about the strike. Shiku says, I won't stand for the Jar Jar slander. Curtis needs to ask Darth Jar Jar stuff to change his opinion on the greatest Sith Lord of all time. Suchen says, oh, did you hear Amazing World of Gumball? Phineas and Ferb, Adventure Time, regular show are coming back. I'm so excited because Phineas and Ferb is coming back this Thursday, is it? I did. I'd heard on all of them that they're all making a comeback.
Oblivion rats roaming the Americas.
Yeah, pretty much too. Yeah, good. That's actually that's actually a good analogy, Big Green, because that's what they look like. I can remember one time because I used to drive. I was in New York all the time because I drove tour bus on the weekends, and I'd taken a trip down to Yankee Stadium. Well, I didn't have a ticket for the game that day, so I was just going to hang out. So where we parked the coaches was right next door to a couple of those different high-rise tenement buildings. And so I went to the edge of the parking lot. Now, at the edge of the parking lot was this big fence that was around the base of the tenement building. And a bunch of the kids were playing stickball there in the in that little fenced-off area. It was pavement, you know. And now right next to me was the pile of garbage I had talked about, right on the other side of the fence. And I can see these big-ass rats milling around in there and everything. Sure enough, the far end is where the kid was batting. He hits a shot all the way out to the fence. Here comes a kid, probably 10, 11 years old, running to get the ball that just rolled into the trash. And I'm like, oh, shit, I couldn't watch. It's like one of these kids is going to get eaten by a rat. I couldn't even watch it anymore. Foster's is supposed to be coming back? I hadn't heard that look fun. I love Foster's. That was great. Okay, Chrome says the reason for the strike is because Birmingham Council lost an equal pay lawsuit. Female cooks weren't being paid the same as bin men. Oh, shit. It bounced up and I lost it. Where'd you go, Chrome? Oh, there it is. So they slashed the bin men wages by 6 to 10K and other things. Whoa! I'm not sure I understand that rationale, though. Chrome, I mean, those are two entirely different jobs. Why would they be required to have the same pay rate? I mean, even within the city, obviously I got paid more when I was a heavy equipment operator than I did when I was on the back of the garbage truck because you had to have skills. You had to have the license and everything to be a heavy equipment operator. That's... I don't understand that. Why, cooks, garbage men, just two totally disparate fields. I don't know why they would feel the need to have them at the same pay rate. Shiko says, so our front door doesn't close unless it's locked. Apparently we forgot to lock the door yesterday and woke up with our front door open this morning. Oh, that's an uncomfortable feeling. Hamill says, Curtis, I have a question. Who do you think would win? Prime Curtis Candy or Thanos with every stone? I slapped those goddamn stones out of his hand, out of his glove. Dopey little glove. Ooh, yeah, you think I'm scared of that? Yeah, shit over here, bitch. Thanos would win.
Yeah, what kind of garbage is that? You can laugh now.
Kind of garbage is that? Rover says, sounds about right. They were complaining they didn't get paid similar, so they went, oh, well, we can pay you less if you want. Oh, yeah, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Again, I'm all for that. Obviously, if you're doing the same job, you should be getting the same pay rate. But as I said, you don't get much further apart than cook and garbage man. I don't understand why anyone would even feel that equitable pay in those fields would be a thing. Chrome says, yes, it makes no sense, but a court ordered them to equalize the pay because oppression. They didn't have the money to raise the wages, so instead they slashed the bin men, also millions in payouts. Oh, I can't blame... Listen, I can't blame the garbage men for going on strike then. Can you imagine? I mean, you're getting your pay cut because somebody in a field entirely different than yours wasn't making as much as you do? That's fucking bizarre. What the hell is wrong with government? I mean, all around the world now you hear of decisions like that. And it just blows my mind. I mean, government is so managed by morons, they can't even see simple, obvious facts like it doesn't matter if cooks are making the same pay rate as garbage men. Just simple common sense things are just long gone. Foreign to them now. I don't know. Doc says, sounds like an excuse to lower the pay. It kind of does, Doc, yeah. To be perfectly honest with you, I mean, and not to be mean to anybody, but I would have told the cooks, this is the pay rate for cooks. If you don't like it, you can apply, to be one of the bin men, and when there's an opening, you can move up. That's how jobs usually work. If you don't like your pay rate and somebody in a different position has a better pay rate, you try and work your way into that field. Austin says, I miss Mae Young. Tell us a story about her. I never met Mae Young. Unfortunately, I never got to meet her. Uncle Shiku was talking about his door came open last night. We live in the country, so I just know every spider in the neighborhood made their way in last night. Shit.
The Chaos Emeralds are better. And yes, they came first. The Infinity Gauntlet is from July 1991. Sonic 1 is from June 1991.
Oh, okay. Oh, then yes. Those are more powerful emeralds anyway. Fuck Thanos. Chrome says they argued Birmingham City Council had provided lower pay to women in predominantly female jobs, cooks, cleaners, and care staff compared to refuse collectors and road workers. So that Birmingham has never, through all this time since our society became more. What the hell happened here? I just lost my. YouTube just decided to completely drop my studio page here. Because why not? That certain jobs pay less than others. So should the McDonald's workers make what the brain surgeons make too? And the thing is, do you know, in America anyway, I don't know if it's still the case, but when I had the job, they showed the statistic to us. The most dangerous job in America at the time I was doing it. Now, we're not talking, we're talking combination of both, but overall, as far as deaths and injuries, the most dangerous job in America was garbage collector, was garbage man, more so than cop, fireman, or anything. And it's because when you work like we did and you had to pick everything by hand, you're out in and amongst the traffic. You guys already know that nobody pays attention when they're driving. Plus, as I mentioned, you're lifting literally tons of garbage every single day, and it just eventually wears your body down. So between traffic, slips and falls, injuries, and there's been several garbage men killed on the job from just motorists not watching. One guy got pinned between against the garbage truck by a motorist who wasn't looking and just ran into him. So that would explain why they make more money. Generally speaking, your biggest danger being a cook is if you're careless and cut yourself with a knife or burn yourself on a stove. Some places the garbage men do getting robbed, getting mugged. Yep. I just have no respect for courts like that, Chrome, because they lost the case. Birmingham Council have had thousands of equal pay claims brought against them. I just don't understand why.
Your immune system must be godlike, though, being among all this yucky stuff every day.
Well, it's funny, Big Green, when when Braxton was little, I would come home from work from picking garbage, and I would tell him as soon as I came in the house, first thing I wanted to do was pick him up, hold him. He would come running up to me and say, buddy, got to let that. I wouldn't even let him touch me because you have no idea. I don't even know what I'd been dealing with all day. I said, let Daddy jump in the shower, and I'd go and take a shower quick and then sit down and play with him. And it got to where he was a little bitty guy, and I would come in and he'd go, and he'd stop and he'd go, because it depended on what I did that day. He'd say, Daddy, do you have to go take a shower? Before he'd come up and hug me or anything. But you're right. It was, oh yeah. In the summertime, you would dump the cans and they'd been sitting out. A lot of people wouldn't even put their cans in. They were outside and they would just dump the trash in all week with meat in it, stuff like that. You'd dump it out and there'd just be loads of maggots falling in all over the place, spreading around like little rice pellets. I couldn't tell you how many times we've gotten stuck with needles because people won't dispose of their needles properly. We have those got immediately followed up on. If we got stuck with a needle, the cops were called and they'd go right to the door. And if they could, well, it was easy to prove, and they would actually arrest people because it's such a dangerous thing to do. Even if you weren't using it for drugs, even if you were using it for legit purposes, it's still not how you're not allowed to dispose of them in your plastic garbage bag with no cover over the needle at all, so it just pokes through and sticks you.
Good thing I'm not having Chinese food right now.
yeah. That's all I could think of when you would get hit with it. But yeah, it happened all the time. The hopper would come down and crush the garbage, and it was, as it crushes it, it would squeeze out whatever was in there, which could be dog shit or anything that might go flying. Oh, it's fun stuff. You ever found any treasures in the garbage like some have? Look fun. Yeah, we'd find some. No, nothing big. But you would find some cool little collectibles every so often. I never found much, but I was one of these guys. I took that job because I wanted to get done early. Well, I was a heavy equipment operator, the top pay rate below foreman in our place. And as Braxton was first born, he was growing up. I went to our general foreman and said, listen, I want to drop heavy equipment operator. I want to go back to picking garbage. And he looks at me and he goes, you're going from top pay rate to bottom. I said, I know. I said, but I can get done in 4 or 5 hours and go spend time with my kid, and that's more important to me. And he says, no, because he'd been with the city forever. He says, nobody in the history of this department has ever done that. I said, well, it's a first. I said, first job that's open picking garbage. I said, I'm out. That's what I did. I dropped heavy equipment operator and went back just so I could spend time with Brax. Steven says, did you prefer the garbage route versus driving the bus? Those weren't competing against one another. I did both at the same time. Driving the bus was just on the weekends for extra money. Saturdays, I would just drive motor coach. During the week, the garbage truck was my main job. Tram 11 says, I worked as a garbage recycling plant for one day on agency. The stink of it stunk up my nose for weeks. Yeah. And that wasn't the worst stink. When I worked in for the water department, right in the same building, right across the hall from us, was the poop plant. And you want to talk about a stink? That's where the water comes through to be cleansed and everything. The sewer water. And it would separate everything, and the cleansed waste would just dump into a tractor trailer, and every so often it'd have to be pulled out, and that was a stink. Oh yeah, roofing. Oni says, when I did roofing, the dust in my nose was horrid. I was never a roofer, but I made extra money working on roof jobs with guys before. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough work. Really, really rough work. Let's see. What did I just hear, guys? I got a Tangia. Oh, it wants me to approve this one for some reason. Oh, it's AI image editing. That's why. Okay, hold on. We got a tangent coming up.
What kind of car does Santa drive? A Toyota.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, a Toyota. Oh, that's brutal. I love horrible puns. Oh, that was a message, Chrome. I forgot I was going to say, I didn't turn off videos, but I forgot certain things. Like, what's that called? Jeff, that you sent that with?
Accidentally enabled videos for a second?
I did too. That was immediately my thought, Big Green. It's called AI imaging editing. It's just something new they added here recently. And anything like that, I have to approve. Just the regular interactions, I don't. That's why it's good that they have a soundboard for everything. So I do get alerted if I'm not currently paying attention directly. Oni, thanks for the super chat, pal. Oni says, God bless everyone and chase your dreams. Don't listen to any backwards advice. Could not agree more. Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Yes. I've always said that's the thing about chasing dreams. The biggest downside to it I ever hear people say is, well, the only thing about chasing your dreams is, what if they never come true? Then you wasted your time. It's like, 100% you did not. And I'm a huge believer in life being about the journey, not the destination. You chase your dream for your whole life. That's satisfying in itself. How many great times are you going to have in the pursuit of that dream? If you never realize it, that sucks. It would be better if you did. But so what? It was well worth the chase. Oh, wait, Jeff and Chrome broke through 75? Okay, I forgot to check this. Yeah, now, okay, Jeff's up to 125. Chrome's up to 125. Now I don't understand. Jeff, and that's right too, we've got people, and Oni just put in a $10 super chat after putting in another one earlier. Where's Oni? And Oni's at 75. This leaderboard is absolutely bogus. It's ridiculous. I just saw that. Now YouTube they put this in place as we discussed to try and grab some more money, and they weren't even successful at that. It's not working right. Because Chrome's in second. Chrome hasn't sent a super chat. I don't know. And now Chrome says she's at 150. Yeah. Zuchen's at 125. Look Fun at 100. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea how that's working. Jesus Christ. And that's the other thing I was going to mention to you guys too. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't come after me. It would really piss off YouTube. The percentage that Tangia takes of interactions is way, 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 way lower than any of the percentages YouTube takes. Now, in fairness to YouTube, I've always said, I complain about them when there's something worth complaining about. I'll give them props when it's worth it. I think their percentages are fair. Like on Super Chats, it's a 70-30 split. Obviously, the streamer gets 70%. That's fair considering they provide the platform, they provide the audience, they provide the bandwidth. So I think they're fair with that. But the fact still remains, Tangent takes much less percentage. Certain keywords or frequency? I don't know, Chrome. Maybe. I can't figure it out. I can't see how is Oni not near the top. Yeah, Oni's got 75. It's really weird. I have no idea, guys. And I've read to you, what they give me for explanation is just extremely vague.
They probably just asked their AI a prompt to make this feature, did not check it for bugs, and went, fuck it, upload this new feature. Time is money. We'll fix it later.
And you know what, Big Green? that's probably truth. At least to some level, that's probably the truth of it. Let's just see if we can grab a few more bucks. And the thing was, if they're looking to make another money grab, at least reward people for putting in the super chats. How the hell do you expect it to work as a money grab when if somebody puts in a super chat, they don't get a bump in the XP points anyway? Jesus Christ. And that's what Zuchen says. Zuchen says, I barely typed and I'm in third place. I don't know, guys. I have no idea. Rover says, Curtis is secretly rating us in the background and pretending it doesn't know how it works.
You can ask AI to program shit for you now, so it might actually be what they did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's probably at least a modicum of truth to that. Yeah. In other words, they put something in without a full knowledge of how or how well it's going to work and just went, yeah, fuck it. Well, this will probably grab us a few bucks. Austin says, Cowboys news, Dallas will take a $16 million 2026 salary cap hit on Tuesday. 64. I have to see what that is. I don't know why they're taking that hit. Tram says, enter Ted DiBiase laughing music here. That was so iconic, wasn't it? Money, 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 money. Chrome says, by the way, are you looking forward to all the gaming events coming up? We have like 4 to 5 within a week of the Switch 2's launch. Also, SpongeBob allegedly might be in the new Sonic racing game. Yeah, that is odd. Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I told you guys, I got to prepare myself for the big hit, and next year I'm going to have to buy a PS5 because I am not waiting all that extra time to play GTA 6. I am just having so much freaking fun with GTA 5 right now. God damn, that game is a blast. Such a good time. Steven says, hey, Curtis, do you watch any other YouTube reaction channels and who? Not really, just because I don't have time. Making the videos I make and everything, doing the streams, everything takes up pretty much my whole day. And if I do watch YouTube, it's less for reaction videos, and it's usually a good place to go for me to get sports highlights and stuff like that. Because again, I just got to fit everything in where I can. Trevor forever, yeah, look fun. I love Trevor. He's such a dirtbag. Only says, Splash Wars Comedy, do you know about the Hodge twins? Yeah, I know the Hodge twins. They're pretty funny sometimes. Yeah, I know they're very, obviously, their reputation is made in politics, but they are just funny dudes, too, sometimes. Excuse me. Doc says, MJ or LeBron? As greatest, I say MJ. For a number of reasons, but to this day, I've never seen anybody like Jordan to where, aside from his ridiculous athleticism, just his presence could take over a game. Jordan was one of the few people I've ever seen that when times, okay, you got time for one more play. There's 1.5 seconds left. You're down 1. Chicago's inbounding the ball. Everybody in the court, everybody in that arena, and everybody watching on TV knew who was getting the ball, and there wasn't a goddamn thing you could do about it. You couldn't stop him. I remember when he made Mark Elo cry because he played perfect defense, and Jordan just laced it for 3 to win the game, and there just was nothing you could do to stop the guy. And I've not seen that from LeBron. And I'm not taking anything away from him. LeBron is obviously one of the all-time... There he is! Is one of the all-time greats without question. But if I'm building a team and I want to win championships, I'm starting with Michael Jordan. Yeah, the flopping gets to me too, Doc. I don't like the flopping. And some of the criticisms against LeBron I think are unfair. The flopping one is not. The fucking guy does flop, and that annoys me. I mean, you see him, he'll have an elbow swing by him and he flails.
I hope that means more trailers for GTA 6.
I hope so.
The protagonists seem a little bland so far, so I hope they'll show more stuff that can sway my opinion.
I know, I wish, if they ported anybody in, I wish it would have been Trevor. Zuchen says, why did the trash can always have great stories? It had a lot of garbage to share. Crow says the SpongeBob and Sonic racing thing, if the reports are true, is probably due to the Paramount connection. Oh, okay. They make the Sonic movies and have SpongeBob rights, I think. That would make sense. Yep, cross-promotion. Oh, I didn't know that. Steven said, I think it's funny that Trevor is based off a real actor. I didn't know that. I love his character. Demi says, I can't watch Hodge Twins no more. It feels like friendly fire. I don't see a lot of them. But, again, I always thought they were pretty cool. Yeah, and I've been watching sports my whole life, and I've never seen anybody like Jordan. Not Tiger Woods was another one as far as the guys who could absolutely dominate. And with Woods, it was as much his physical game, but it was his mental game too. Tiger Woods' focus, and same with Jordan, was just on a different level. Kobe Bryant, as far as that, having that something, quote unquote, extra that we always talk about, Kobe Bryant was the closest to Jordan I've ever seen, because Kobe was the same way. Kobe was a psychopath. Kobe Bryant, I mean, you hear these Kobe stories, they're just amazing. Of a guy, I forgot who it was, coming into the gym, wanted to work out, and before the game, and he was out there before anybody else. Kobe's already on the court. Well, Kobe's working out. This guy, player from the other team, he goes out, he does his workout. He said he was out there a long time. He goes in, takes a shower, gets ready, comes back out. As he comes back out, Kobe's just now finally ending his workout. And he asked him something about it later. He says, Kobe, how long do you stay out there and work out? Kobe just looked at him and said, longer than you, and walked away. That's why he was the Mamba. And they asked him about it on one of the talk shows, and he said, oh, no. He said, nobody's ever going to work out longer than me. Nobody's ever getting any kind of a psychological edge on me. I'll outwork you. They asked Shaquille O'Neal one time. First, the interviewer had asked Kobe Bryant, they said, Kobe, if Shaq had your work ethic, where would he rank? Kobe goes, he would have been unstoppable.
Also, Jordan was in Space Jam.
Yes.
Was LeBron in Space Jam?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Don't you fucking lie to me.
He was in the really bad Space Jam. Michaels was good with Bill Murray. But they asked Kobe, where would Shaq be in history if he had Kobe's work ethic? And Kobe said he would be number one, and it wouldn't be close. He said he would have just terrorized people. He would have dominated. And then they went to Shaq with that, telling him what Kobe had said. And Shaq said, yeah, I appreciate that. He says, but I ain't working like that fucking guy. He said, no. He said, I wanted to have a life too. He said, there's no way I could have worked like Kobe worked. He said, I don't fool myself. And, this is other pros talking about a guy like that. Steven says, Curtis Trevor's character is based off the actor Stephen Ogg. Oh, Google him and search him to see what I mean. Oh, interesting. See, I didn't even know he was based on a real person. Cole says, by the way, any thoughts on the Lilo and Stitch remake? I have opinions, but I don't want to spoil in case you want to see it. I thought I wanted to see it. I probably still will see it. I mean, I'm not going to the theaters. I'll wait for it to stream. It's funny you bring that up, Chrome. We were just looking at it because my wife wanted to see it. And all online, the reviews are not good. I checked all over online, and I don't even care what the quote unquote experts or the paid reviewers say. I look for user reviews, and I'm seeing a lot of people that didn't have any preconceived notions and are big Disney fans, and they're just saying they were just so disappointed by it. Benjamin saw it, says he thought it was okay. That seems to be, Benjamin, that seems to be about what I've read from other people.
Trevor is not based on Stephen Ogg. What they actually mean is that he played him, since the main protagonists actually acted out their scenes for GTA 5.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right, that's cool. Uh, Stephen Hogg hates being called Trevor. Does he, Doc? Look Fun says, you ever met a wrestler with that kind of workout mentality? Oh, yeah. A couple of them, sure. There are guys that I had, still a friend of mine. Matt is a fanatic. Just works and works and works and works at the business. And the only thing that kept, and he got somewhere. He worked for ECW. He was a ref with ECW. He got to work matches with ECW, part of the Carnage crew. Good dude, good friend. I think the only thing that held him back was just size. He's just not a big guy. And that, especially in that era, that really hurt. But yes, I've seen people with that kind of work mentality. Chrome says, you and Mrs. Spaz are real family first people. Right. You might not want to see it. A certain subversion happens.
If you look at pictures of the actors, they look exactly like them. Lamar's actor, too.
Lamar's, too? Yeah? That's kind of cool, though, actually. I think that's a neat thing. My favorite video game. It's funny you bring that up, Benjamin. I was just saying to the gang yesterday in the stream, I got to say, I think GTA 5 has taken over as my all-time favorite video game. I just so enamored with that game. The gameplay is so much fun, but the dialogue in there is so ridiculous. So good. The characters are great. Yeah, because Call of Duty was something I played endlessly for hours and hours on end. That's how this channel started, with me playing Call of Duty. And of course, the old school games I used to play, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I've been playing video games since Pong. And I got to say, I think GTA 5 is my favorite game. Oni says Lamar is the goatee. Yeah, Lamar is cool. A lot of people have Red Dead 2 up on their favorites ever list.
Franklin and Lamar's actor acting out the roast scene in real life sometime.
Oh, that'd be funny. That'd be funny. I do like Lamar a lot. Yeah, you guys are. Lamar's really cool. And that the iconic scenes. Oh. The killing sprees in GTA 5 as Trevor are goated. Oh, Steven. It's just so much fun. It's sad that I'm such a psychopath that I have to set, in our streams, set aside time to just go nuts. I do, because I'm having fun doing the missions. That's what's brought the game to that level for me, is being my favorite. The missions are a blast. But when I get done with the missions, I have to make a save and then just go through and go nuts because I just want to start, shooting people. That's what you have the game for. I couldn't buy it. I got to go find a rocket launcher so I can get rid of the fucking copters as soon as the cops call it in. Oni says, I love Destiny's gameplay. The most satisfying shooting I've ever experienced, really. Too bad the drama at Bungie ruined it. Bungie really destroyed their reputation in recent years. Yeah, I don't know a lot about Destiny. I know, his popularity had gone through the roof, but I don't really know a lot about him. And Shiku says, my favorite game is The Outer Wilds. I've heard of that one. It's such an experience, exploring a little solar system at the end of the universe. Interesting. I've heard that name. I don't believe I never played that, but I have heard that name before. Excuse me. Chrome says, I'm still hoping for a GTA 5 port eventually. Yeah, that would be cool. Just such a fun game. For me, it was like, come for the violence, stay for the fantastic writing. Because that's what initially attracted me to it. Was I love violent games like that, but the writing in there, the missions are a blast, and the writing, the dialogue between characters or just randomly in the background is just hysterical. Oh, Chrome says Bungie flat out stole art from an online artist. Like stole their entire portfolio to the point they're basically the art director. Holy shit. Oh, that's rather slimy, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Mr. Popel says, "Oh, wise one, I'm in a I don't know about that. I'm in a 6-person group project in college. I'm doing all the work. Everyone else is just oxygen thieves. My brain cells are dying. Do I finish the project or finish them?" That stuff. See, I'm not a. I'll be real honest with you, Mr. Popel. I'm not a good one to ask for advice on situations like that because I don't handle them how they probably should be handled. I have no tact when it comes to that. I can't stand lazy people. So if it were me, there would be a 6-person meeting. I'd say, "Listen, you motherfuckers, you guys are going to step up and start doing your shit too, or somebody's getting their fucking head cracked." That's not I'm not advising that. That's not how it should be handled. It's just how I end up doing shit. Tram says you should see Irish comedian Dara O'Brien's take on video games. He captures the true experience of modern gaming. Really? I don't think I know that name. Oh, I'm nowhere near done, Benjamin, with GTA 5. I'd have to wait till the end to see if I have a specific favorite mission. We just hit, what was it, Big Green? I think we hit the 25% mark, right? I think we're about a quarter of the way through. I got it, and I'm glad I got playing it now, so maybe I can finish before GTA 6 next year. Although I got to admit, I've been pleased that I'm not having trouble getting through the missions. Oh, I'm gonna jinx myself here. Like I used to, for some reason, and again, this whole thing with post-concussion, my brain goes through so many different cycles all the time of what it can and can't do. But for some reason, it's been better as far as that connection from, brain to thumbs on a controller. So it's helped a lot. Krusty Burger versus Krabby Patty? Oh. Well, we know Krusty Burgers tend to come with fingernails and stuff like that in them, but either one I'm going to get plain because I don't eat condiments. So, I don't know, coin toss. Heads or tails thing. Okay. Hold on, Chrome's got a link real quick. Let me check that out. The thread on the theft. The Marathon Alpha released recently in Survivor Discover. That's this list from poster designs I made in 2017. Wow. Wow. So now we get again it draws the same design language. Holy crap. Wow. That's pretty fucked up right there. God damn, that's bad. Holy shit. Dealer's choice on the burgers, yeah. Yeah, T-Man. I don't eat condiments? No, I don't like condiments. Not at all. Fingernails add so much to a burger, don't they, Essen? Yeah. A little extra protein in there. People get all upset about it. I don't know why.
Oh my god, I love the Doom the Dark Ages game over screen. I'm glad I get to see it for the 200th time on this difficulty in this playthrough. And yeah, it was something like that 20% or so.
Yeah, I think so. I think I think we might even got up to 25, I think, but I'm not sure. Big Green's been having such a good time with the new Doom release. That does look like a fun game. That we saw the clips of it and everything. Zuchen says, Family Guy or The Simpsons? I love both, and I got a real connection to The Simpsons, but if you're going to tell me, you're going to sit down for 8 hours and watch just one cartoon, it's going to be Family Guy over Simpsons. Look Fun says not even salad dressing for salads. I can do you one better. I don't eat salads or salad dressing. T-Man says there was a badass video of some dude beating the game on Ultra Nightmare mode. It was pretty sick. He almost made it look easy. It's amazing to me what some of these gamers can do. You know, with these, with some of the playthroughs you see online and stuff. Jesus Christ, and speed runs, and it's crazy to me. Chico says, strangely enough, a lot of the themes and stuff in Outer Wilds helped me come to terms with my early onset dementia. Oh, that's too bad. I didn't know you were dealing with that, my friend. That's too bad. It's good that you have something like that to help you get your mind straight with it. Tram says, did I mention the Simpsons episode where Krusty Burger caused a zombie apocalypse? I don't know, but Simpsons I have... it's been years since I followed Simpsons really close. Chu-Chen says, chicken nuggets or chicken tenders? 6 of one, half dozen of another. Depends on the place, you know. Depends on where you're getting them from. And down here in the South now, being in North Carolina like we are, chicken and sweet tea are the big things here. So there's tons of chicken places. Because we're all excited when we came down. Because it's like, oh man, now we'll be able to eat at Chick-fil-A. Because we always enjoyed Chick-fil-A.
I watched Corone's playthrough of the game too. When she was finally done with the game and ended her stream, I made breakfast.
Nice. We were excited about having Chick-fil-A down here. And when we first got down, you know, once a week or so, we'd go down and get Chick-fil-A. And now we haven't had it in, probably, over a year. Well over a year. And we've only been down here for 3 because there's so many chicken places. We found ones we liked better. Oh, gaming, that's their thing here. I say chicken and sweet tea. Every restaurant has sweet teas. And we have I think the greatest fast food chain is down here. It's called Cookout. Cookout has very basic stuff, and it's all fantastic if you love junk food. They have hot dogs, chicken strip tray, a BLT tray, burgers. For sides, you got Cajun fries, regular fries, cheese curds, and the sweet tea is the sweet tea is ridiculously good. And they have, I think it's 50 flavors of milkshakes. The milkshakes are nuts. And I'm not shitting you guys. Braxton and I go in there and eat, and we're full. We get full meals and everything, and it's $17. It's by far the cheapest one. It's insanely inexpensive. And like I said, the dogs are just like something you'd get at a county fair or something. Grilled dogs, they're delicious. Everything about it is so good. Yeah, Cookout, it's unbelievably inexpensive. And like I say, it's as far as meal food, it's junk food, but it's absolutely delicious. Their chicken strips are amazing. Everything we've had there. Stephen, it's if you like those types of foods, you cannot beat Cookout. My wife and you know me, I'm not a cheese eater. She loves the cheese curds there. We'll go there. We try not to go too often because again, it's all deep fried crap. But I don't care. I never planned on living forever anyway. But you just can't resist it. It's just that good. Oh, their hot dogs are amazing. You do have one or two in the area? We love it, gaming. And again, if you're eating by yourself, the whole meal is going to cost you like $8, $8-9 at the most. Crow says, well, Curtis won't eat salad, but he'll drink sweet tea. Yeah, I don't mind sweet tea. My wife is more into the sweet tea than I am. I like it. It's good. But I've always been a diet soda fanatic. I don't know why. That's just like my go-to. But yeah, the sweet tea is very good. I just saw, Chrome says, that reminds me, One Piece Netflix season 2's trailers up. I just saw it. I just showed it to my wife because I told you guys I actually got her to sit down and watch it with me, and she really enjoyed season 1 of the live action. So I just played it for her. Just her and a few of her friends went out to the movies, and right before she left, I played it for her. And of course, the trailer is all Tony Chopper. So I didn't tell her what it was. I just played the video, and she's going, "Who is it? What are we watching? Who is this?" She's going. Have I ever gone to Coney Island? Sure, lots of times, but not in many, many years now, Stephen, unfortunately. It would be back when I was, as I said, when I was driving motor coach on the weekends. I was always down in New York. Yeah, I've been there, but not in a long, long time. My favorite scary movie, Benjamin? I still think, I think my favorite scary movie is still, after all these years, The Shining. That was just so well done. I mean, Nicholson absolutely crushed it in that movie. Doc says, your chapter review, he's talking about a audio book review he sponsored. Your chapter review was so good, I'm going to be forced to get off my lazy ass and get a job. Oh, Coney dogs? Yeah, Coney dogs are amazing. They're what's the make? Nathan's makes their dogs. Yeah, Coney Island dogs from Nathan's. They're delicious. Demetrius says a little irrelevant with most things discussed here. What is your opinion on Oh no, we can talk about anything. Your opinion on relationships today. Why do you think most of them don't last? Are there high expectations from both men and women? That's a good question. I think a lot of it has to do with just the changing of how society is structured. And typically, discord in a relationship would always be financial. That was the most common grounds for issues. Now I think infidelity is right up there with it. Not that infidelity hasn't always been an issue, but I think infidelity has taken a bigger part of that. And I think it's because of the nature of life now. That think about how many people you can be exposed to as opposed to 30 years ago. People interact on social media. You start to make friends with somebody or having a conversation. Somebody you know in real day-to-day life, but then you get to know them better through social media circles. I think that has a lot to do with it. It's unfortunate, but I think that's a lot of it. It's just too much temptation out there. Xander, thanks for the super chat. He says, is it true that you secretly rule the world? No. No. No, I don't. Because if I did and somebody called me out on it, it'd be like, I wouldn't be like sending a SWAT team over to your house or anything for discovering it. No, don't be silly. And Oni says, thanks for the super chat. Says social media and intercourse outside of wedlock. Yeah, I agree, Oni. I think infidelity has become a much bigger factor now because of convenience. Hal, shh. No, what do you mean on to us? No, I don't know what anybody's talking about here. This is just crazy. Grunkle Chico says, if I have to choose between eating good and dying young, or eating healthy crap and hating life, well, boy, I ain't making it to 40 for sure, right? And that's why I try and balance it. You know, I certainly watch a little bit of what I eat, but I'm never going to stop eating what I like. And if, I'm with you. If it costs me something off the end of my life, it's all right. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't, but if it does, it's a risk I was willing to take because I really, really enjoy certain junk foods. So it's worth it. But again, it's not like I just throw all caution to the wind. I certainly don't eat junk food as much as I would like to. Not even close. Not a big fan of the WEF, Oni. Not a big fan of the WEF at all. And well, that's how you know I'm not really in charge, because if I was, they wouldn't exist.
I'm subscribed to a Doom speedrunner who is godlike at the franchise. I swear, when Doom Eternal first came out, he posted his Ultra Nightmare playthrough on the day the game came out, maybe
Jesus
a day after.
Christ.
And Ultra Nightmare is like hardcore mode 1. Attempt and you're done. So I just thought, motherfucker. Did you enjoy the game you got of gaming?
I don't understand it, Big Green. That amazes me. I'm always fascinated to see shit like that. Because I'll play a game and be struggling with this, struggling with that, and then you see somebody come in and, like you say, same day a game releases and they're just blowing through it. I don't even know how it's possible. Jeez. Ribeyes versus New York Strip. Again, it depends on the cut, depends on the preparation. If I had to make a choice, probably New York Strip, but either's fine. Look Fun says, die eating savory junk food or live eating bland healthy food. Yeah, I was going to die anyway. As I've said, I never thought I was living forever. So that does have a factor in a lot of my decisions that I make. Not a big fan of ribs, T-Man. They're okay. Nothing I go out of my way for. I don't know that I've ever even ordered them in a restaurant because there's always something I would rather have. Best thing that existed in the 80s or 90s that is gone, wish came back? Oh, I don't know. See, I love tech. I love modernity. So it's unusual for me to say there was something back 20, 30, maybe 40 years that I really wanted to have back. Other than, and it would be all the way back to the 70s, there were a couple of toys I had as a kid that would be cool to still have just because of the memories. But as far as something that I want back as part of society or something, nah. No, Doc says I don't really like fatty meat. I have any red meats, Doc. I'm a big nut for red meats.
I haven't seen him do Ultra Nightmare for Doom, the Dark Ages yet, but he did do Nightmare. Jeez. Maybe the Ultra Nightmare playthrough is just taking really long to upload due to the sheer epicness of being so good at video games.
Yeah, really. I 100%. I just have so much awe and respect for the people that can do that. I just don't get it. How you can be that good at a game. Blows my mind. T-Man says, as a former pro wrestler, do you still keep up with professional wrestling? Maybe chat with some of the old guys that are so... Oh, yeah. You do definitely create a bond with the guys. But all my my core group, I'm still friends with on social media and stuff. With me moving south, there's only a couple of them that I'm anywhere near anymore physically. But, oh, yeah, we stay in touch. Absolutely. Oh, no, I don't like I get Shane now, Doc. Says, love steak, just don't like the fat. Yeah, me either. I like it nicely trimmed, my steak. And sure, other things. Brady says, Curtis, what is your bench max minus 315? I don't know. I don't max anymore. Just because when you get older, it just puts such a beating on your joints and the muscles. I just rep out now. I guess sometime I could try maxing. I never made 400. I'd always wanted to, and I never did. I don't remember exactly what I got, 385, 390, something like that when I was younger. But I never made 400. But I always did everything. I don't use any apparatus. I don't like the bench shirts. Everything is just raw.
This stream is sponsored by Manscaped.
Nice. Look at neatly trimmed. Oh, no shit. Chrome says, damn, John Redcorn's actor from King of the Hill was apparently just shot during an argument. Holy shit. I love John Redcorn. I don't know that I ever maxed out on squat, Brady. That was something I always did squats for reps, just for strength. I don't think I ever bothered to max out on squat. How do I like my steak done, Zuchen? Medium or medium rare? It's got to have at least a little pink to it. Oh, there's a lot a lot to work with in the shit I'm spewing out today. Even that sentence was. Oh, and he got shot and killed at 59 years old. Oh, man. Jesus Christ, that's terrible.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Wow. Look Fun says steak or burger. Both. You can't go wrong with either. I love a good steak. When my wife and I go someplace new, that's like my running thing is I want to try out the local pizza and the local burger. You know, just at different restaurants. My two big things. Yeah, you're right, T-Man. I did. He says, got to have a little pink to it. You forgot to add the giggity. That was the perfect giggity moment, and I blew it. That's true. Hot dog or pizza? Nothing beats pizza for me, Zuchen. Pizza is my favorite food. A good pizza. That's why I get so excited. Again, we're going on vacation to Disney in under 3 weeks now. And that means I get to go have pizza. And then I found out, I grew up in New York. Of course, I used to be in New York City every weekend. There was a place in New York used to be my favorite pizza place. And now my favorite pizza place is in Disney, in Epcot. And the second favorite pizza place is down in Disney Springs. I was like, what are the odds of that? Going all, I'm a New Yorker and you go all the way to Orlando to find your favorite spots. And I just recently learned that the same company owns, because they're not Disney owned, the same company owns both those restaurants, which explains why they were my favorites. And the pizza's made two entirely different ways, but it's perfect in both places. Oni says, have you ever considered TRT for recovery? Not seriously considered it. My doctor said, with getting older and stuff, if I wanted her to test blood for testosterone levels or anything like that, because obviously as you get older, low T becomes a thing. But really, I don't have any issues. So, my dick still gets hard when it's, how to say, when it's supposed to, or sometimes when it's not. I can still train, work out. So do I notice some differences and, getting tired easier and stuff? Sure. It takes a lot longer to recover between workouts, but it's not a big deal. It's not, to this point. I would never rule anything out. Emma says, too much information. Nah, there's never too much information here. You had a tenderloin for lunch? Ah, Brady, that's good shit. Love a good cut of meat. Upper Cutlet says, I'm going to be bald here soon, dealing with thinning for about 2 years. I gained a bit of confidence thinking about, but still a little insecure. Wondering how did you deal with it? Well, I don't want to make it more depressing for you, my friend, but my hair is really, really thick. I shave it because I don't want it. I just started growing it in again, the gang will tell you. And I was surprised by how thick it still is, but I just don't like it. I cut my hair off initially. I started shaving it because it was annoying me because it was so thick. And then it worked well for the wrestling gimmick, and I like the feel of it. I like the clean feel, so I just keep it. But I don't know. For me, I think you're heading in the right direction. Just embrace it. It's part of life. If your hair is taken off on you, there's still good looks to be had without it. It's something you can do and still be comfortable with. Trust me. Emma said, my natural hair color from the time I was a kid was red. I'm a hardcore ginger. My hair was orange when I was young. As I got older, it turned from orange to red, and then got darker red. And when I shaved it off, I was still a redhead, but it was a much darker red, not as noticeable.
Tenderloins. How about you tend to my loins, you bitch?
Got him! Way to go, Sonic. Popo says, hold on, Curtis is ginger. Oh, sure. No soul. I like it. Yeah, I gotta admit, have the ginger thing, not having a soul because of that, it's understandable, but I wasn't going to have a soul anyway. The ginger thing was just a coincidence. That actually helps. So I'm glad it does, my friend. Again, trust me, there's way, way worse things that can happen in your life than losing your hair. There, especially nowadays with so many people like me choosing to go bald. So, I mean, it's a look in and of itself, and you can make it work. Secondly, 100 men versus one elephant. The big thing there is we gotta have details, like with the versus the gorilla. Is it unarmed men and just fisticuffs? Same as the gorilla. I don't know how. Well, especially with an elephant, there's no way they're going to hurt it. Elephants are brutal. They're one of the few animals that can give. Yeah, what am I trying to think of? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think of the other animal they end up in battles with. But isn't that terrible? Gone right out of my head. This is the brain damage, kids, right here. But elephants are badass fighters. And 100 men, what are you going to do? How are you going to hurt the elephant? I don't care how many of you there are. How many? Right. You could swarm a gorilla. Exactly right, Dr. Dirt. You could get in nut shots on a gorilla. You could get to it with enough of you swarming them. You could get to a gorilla's eyes. You know, there are means. There's nothing to do with an elephant. There's just hippos. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, elephants are one of the few things that, give hippos a run. Can beat a hippo in a fight. So what do these 100 guys do? Even you climb on his back. So what? What are you gonna do to them once you're up there? With the thickness of their skin, punching them isn't gonna do you shit. No, I don't think 100 men have a chance in hell. Much better chance at a gorilla. I agree. Oh, hippos too. Same thing. Same thing with hippos. How are you going to hurt them? The only chance you got, again, is going for the eyes. And who wants to be the one that goes out in front of those jaws with 1,200 pounds of pressure going for their eyes? Lay down, pretend you're a mouse, Mr. Popo says. Yeah. Right. The only, like Doc says, we have spears and it's dead in a couple minutes. And that's the thing. That's man's only advantage.
I'm glad I'm not ginger. How would I sell my soul for a Snickers bar? Yeah, I have no soul anymore. It was delicious, though.
Worth it. Entirely worth it. Yeah, good call. You made the right choice. Yeah, Doc, it's our only advantage is what we've been able to create as far as weapons. Because in a straight up fight, yeah, we're fucked. I'm built like a hippo. Me too, Brady. Me too. Right. It's all about the weapons. Because we ain't beating a hippo. We ain't beating an elephant. 100 men against a gorilla would have a chance. But even then, I don't know. Gonna have to be a bunch of brave men, because when you go swarming in, a bunch of you are going to die before you get them. All right, guys, I got to go. This was a great stream today. I love doing these streams. Thank you guys so much for the conversation. This was a lot of fun. I'll be trying to remember to keep doing these more often. But now tomorrow and Wednesday will be reaction video streams as always. And then we'll be back to some gaming. We'll be right back. And I appreciate you guys hanging out. I was so looking forward to this all day.
Remember you on therapy.
Oh, and there's our boy Plankton. Jill should be back soon. So I'm sure we'll be seeing Jill here. I shouldn't say exactly which day. I don't know if she'll be in today or tomorrow, but I think we'll probably see her for one of the reaction video streams. She's on her way home. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. This is a really, really good time. And
look, man, it's been a real
there he is. Speaking of which,
people tell me what to do and I do it and nothing changes.
Franklin's all right. And you guys are right. The Franklin and Lamar scenes are just some of the best. That's some great stuff. Thank you guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me. And I will talk to you guys really, really soon.